So the last step is to record the height information for the space. So on the plan, I labeled the windows. Both of the windows are the same size, so they're both labeled with the same letter. And then I labeled the opening for the closet and the entry door. And then on a second sheet of paper, I measured, this line here is indicating the finished floor, and I've written it out full on this one, but I'm going to use abbreviations, FF for finished floor, and FC for finished ceiling. Then the window, this measurement here is to the sill of the window, and just so you understand what I mean by the sill of the window, it is the dimension from this surface here down to the floor. That's called the window sill. And then I measured to the head of the window, which is this inside edge here, just where the shades are attached, again down to the floor. And these windows are double hung windows, so I recorded that and put those dimensions on here like so. So we have the sill of the window at 1'10", the height of the window at 6'2" from the floor, and then I have the height of the window itself from the sill to the head, 51.5 inches, and the width of the window is 32.5 inches. You're probably wondering why I didn't use the same format I did on the floor plan. When you are recording the window, it's really the only thing that you're recording for each window type you have. So I have enough room to record things the way that I want to. I usually record windows width and height in inches because that's how they're usually identified on plans. Now, if you did put this in feet and inches, that's fine. But as long as you're using kind of the same format for both situations. And then as we recorded height information, that's being recorded in feet and inches so that I can relate it to the overall height of the ceiling, which is 7'7". And this FF to FC stands for finished floor to finished ceiling. So that's the window. And actually, to be a little bit more accurate, I am going to put, there's a mullion at the top. So there's the top sash and the bottom sash of the window. Then I have my doors, 1 and 2, which I did on one sheet of paper. And these little lines here mean that these doors don't show up on the same wall. I just, to save time, drew one finished floor and one finished ceiling and recorded the height information for the door. It happens that both doors are the same height, so notice that I don't have height information for the closet door. If it's the same height, you can just leave that information and we can assume that it's the same across. But there is different width information, so it's 2 feet 6 inches for the width of the door and 2 feet 3 inches for the width of the closet opening. On the door, I have this additional symbol, which just indicates which direction the door swings in, and I'm viewing that door from the inside. So I've just put a cloud here. This cloud means it's not something you would necessarily write, because this means which direction the door is hinged on, and I just wanted to show you all that that point that we have here is pointing to the hinge, and I drew the little knob to make it clear. So that's door 1. Doors are usually written out in feet and inches, and we might see them on older plans written out like this. So this 6 feet 6 inches and 2 feet 6 inches might be written out like this right on the door itself. You always put width first. And that's an older way of seeing it, especially on hand-drawn plans. But now with the computer-generated plans, they get written out like this. And we have to remember that this is not 26 inches by 66 inches, but it's 2 feet 6 inches by 6 feet 6 inches. And that's how doors are usually referenced. We see this window called out on a plan. The nominal unit size of this window would be 32 by 52. So we would leave off at the half-inch marks, for example. And so we might see 32, 52, and then in front of it, DH. So that stands for double hung, 32 inches by 52 inches. Again, the width is always first. So just remember that windows, these numbers that are associated with windows are usually in inches, and these numbers that are associated with doors are usually in feet and inches. Feet and inches. So just remember that when we start to look at plans or call things out on our architectural field measurements. When we finish doing this room to scale, we'll apply some of those rules.